Hi everyone at YouTube. Hi all my friends, my subscribers. This is a really quick update while my granddaughters are sleeping in the other room. I weighed myself this morning. Yesterday was my 13 weeks from VSG surgery, and today is today the 4th? Yes, today is the 4th of August. So today would be my 3 weeks from VSG surgery, which was May 4th, um, 2017. I'm like really distracted this morning today. All right, so really a quick update. I weighed myself this morning. I was 172.8 pounds. I didn't lose as much this week, and I know why I didn't, because yesterday or Wednesday I went to farmer's market and I bought a whole wheat homemade loaf of bread, and yesterday I had like 2 slices of it. It was really good. So, I didn't lose as much, I'm sure because of that. I haven't had bread usually unless I've had Subway, and then I usually have them take the middle of the bread out, so I just eating the crust, and that seems to work. But yesterday I had to have a piece of this bread, or several pieces. So anyway, but I'm still happy with it's a loss, 172.8. I can't even remember what last week's was. I really don't. I didn't check on it. You'll have to check back on my subscription videos. My highest weight ever was 240 pounds. My VSG counseling weight was 224 pounds, point 6. My pre-surgery weight was 217 point something. I just don't remember these numbers. And so then my current weight is 172.8, and I haven't added that up to see how much that is. So I'll have to do that one of these days. All right. I've had a pretty good week. I've been busy. Yesterday was the first down day I've had in a very long time. We had our sale for the estate that we're dealing with last week, and we sold just about everything, which I was very thankful for. The house is empty. There's just a few more things left to sell that I'm going to try to personally sell online, and there's no hurry to do it. We have a court date for September 11th to see if we can purchase the house and whether that's okay. We have to have that approved by the court because I am the executor of the will, and then we're buying the house, so technically I'm selling it to myself, which is weird. But it's actually the estate is selling it to me, to my husband and I. So, so this weekend we had a friend here on Saturday, and we went out all day Sabbath on after church and potluck, or after church and a picnic. We had a picnic out at the Forestry Center in Grand Rapids here, which is a old time logging company that they've recreated. It's kind of cool. So we went on the tour, and then we went looking for birds afterwards, and then we on their trails, and then we went over to the Pokegama Dam, and we closed out the Sabbath, with a watching the sunset over the Mississippi River. So it was a really, really beautiful day. It wasn't too hot, it wasn't too cold, it was just beautiful. So we spent the entire day outside, and it was wonderful, and walking. So I got a lot of exercise in on Saturday. Um, and then I don't remember what we did. Sunday, I think we went over to the house and just kind of worked on things for a little while, and I don't really remember what else we did on Sunday. But this week, though, I've had a few days free for my granddaughters. Their daddy was home, so their daddy was watching them, and I actually had they had a girl babysit them on Monday because she hadn't been with them for a while, so they decided they were going to have a Monday play date kind of thing, and she babysat them all day. And then so then today I have the girls on this Friday, and tomorrow a friend of mine is coming up to preach at church tomorrow morning, and so it's going to be fun to see her. I just love her. Also, tonight starts the 48 and 48 photo contest that I'm a part of. It's by the Hutchinson Photography Club, and it's a fundraiser for them. And it's just, we have to do, at 5 o'clock tonight, they send us subjects, 48 subjects, and we have to find and photograph 48 different those 48 different subjects in 48 hours. And so Sunday night at 5 o'clock, we have to send all of our photos back to them. So that starts tomorrow or tonight at 5 o'clock. And then tomorrow I'll be in church in the morning, and then we have a potluck after that. And then I'll be working on that kind of stuff. And then on Sunday too. So it's going to be a busy weekend, but it'll be lots of fun. There's a couple of us here in town that really like doing it, and it's really just lots of fun. So anyway, so as far as food and eating, I've done pretty good this week. There's been a couple times where I think I've eaten too much and I've been uncomfortable, but I think that's because of the bread. That was the bread, I'm pretty sure. But otherwise, I've been trying to get my water in because it was fairly warm the beginning of the week. And so I've been getting that in. What else? I'm saying all the time too. Let's see. So my clothes are still getting loose. Even the shorts that I bought are loose. And it's nice to know that I can just go into any store now and buy clothes. I don't know what size I am, but I'm really kind of afraid to go to the next size down because I don't want it to be too tight, because I don't like anything really tight. I have some pants that I outgrew, and I'm growing back into them now, so I'm wearing those. But I'm hoping for cooler weather so I don't have to buy any more shorts. Otherwise, I will just be wearing my skirts because I'm not going to buy shorts this year if I can help it. Not even from the thrift shop. So I think I will just concentrate on that. One of the another VSG, no, NSV, no, NSB, yeah, NSB, is the idea that everything I have right now fits me or is too big. And that's okay with me because I really don't like tight clothes. I never did. And so even when I was thin, I didn't like them too tight. But I do have a pair of painter's pants. Do you remember painter's pants? Does anybody remember painter's pants? They were huge in the 80s, late 70s, early 80s. Okay, I'm like really old, so excuse my reminiscing, but I have saved one pair of painter's pants that I wore before I got married. And my goal is to get into those again eventually. They may fall off of me when I get into them because they're so old they may just tear apart. But I'm going to see if I can get into those again. I don't think it's out of the realm of possibility. So I'm going to try it and see. If I get into those, I'll be really happy. That'll be my goal. I really don't care about what the weight says, but if I can get into those, I'll be happy because I know then I'll be back to the same size I was before I had children and gained all the weight and all of that. And granted, there might be bumps and bulges in places that weren't there before, but if I can get into those, I'll be happy. Then I can throw them away because they're yellowing and they're old and nobody wears painter's pants anymore. They were hugely popular when I was a kid. I had a red pair, a pink pair, a blue pair, a white pair, a black pair, a tan pair. I had just about every kind of painter's pants there was because I loved them. They were comfortable. What was the brand name on them? I can't remember now, but Dickies, I think. I don't remember. Anyway, but I loved them when I was younger. They were comfortable and they were light. They weren't heavy like a jean. They didn't make me hot, so I could wear them year round. And so I'm kind of anxious to see if I will ever get back into those again. It could be a possibility, but I'm not going to be crushed if I don't because I was pretty small when I was 120 pounds. So if I get to 120 pounds, I'll be a happy camper, but we'll see. We'll see. Anyway, so that's one of my goals is to get into those pants, and then I can throw them away. I don't even care. And my daughter has my wedding dress somewhere, and I was thinking, well, I'd try that on too eventually, but it's got little brown spots all over it because when they dry conditioned it, or when they dry cleaned it back in, I didn't send it to the dry cleaners right away because my husband and I were very poor when we got married. And so a couple of years later I sent it, and when they cleaned it and put it in a box or whatever, and then when I opened up the box years later, it had all these little brown spots all over it. And so I don't even know if you can fix it. It's a pleated dress, so it's not something I'm going to throw in the washing machine and try and dry. That's not going to happen because it would ruin all the pleats. So, but my daughter has it, and I thought, well, I'm going to try fitting into that one eventually to see if that will ever fit again. Next, this month, the 22nd, my husband and I will be celebrating our 35th wedding anniversary. I don't know what we're going to do, but I want to go someplace on the weekend before or the weekend after. We usually do something on our anniversary, but this year I'm not sure we're going to be able to because we're so busy. But we do have a little time before this house thing goes through. So I'm hoping we can go maybe up the North Shore, or I'm thinking maybe go to Bayfield again. We went there last year. We didn't stay overnight. We just went for the day and came back home, and I'd kind of like to explore around there in that area a little bit more. And it's not quite apple season yet. I think apple season's in September or maybe October. But Bayfield has lots of apples, so it would be kind of fun to go out to see the apple orchards. But I don't know what we're going to do. My ultimate vacation would be to go to Germany to be with my uncle, who is the last surviving sibling of my dad. He's in his late 80s, and he'll be 90 next year, I think. And then I would love to go to stay with my cousin in Ireland. She lives on the east coast of Ireland, and I would love to go there and stay with her for a while. I've never been to Europe. I'd never gotten to meet my family in Germany. And so that would be my ultimate dream vacation, and maybe I will treat myself. Maybe that will be my goal. That will be my reward for getting down to goal, is to go and meet them. But I'm really worried that my uncle isn't going to last that long. He used to come to the United States every other summer and spend all summer here with us, so we've gotten to know him really well. He stayed with my dad here in town, and he loved it in Minnesota. He would have moved here if he hadn't had family in Germany. He really would have. He just loved Minnesota, but he can't come anymore because of his health. He has diabetes, he has stomach cancer, he has problems with his legs, he has problems with pain, and so he's not able to come anymore, and we've really missed him. He hasn't been here for 6 years, I think, 6 or 7 years, but sorry it's so dark in here. It got dark all of a sudden outside, and so we have got a rainstorm going on here, and so I thought this is a good time to get this done. So anyway, that would be my ultimate vacation. I don't know if we'll ever have that done. I don't even have a passport, so I would have to get a passport. My husband would have to get a passport, and I think that's going to be my goal for when I lose all my weight. Maybe in a year, and I just hope nothing happens to my uncle between now and then, because he's the only one that can speak English. I mean, he was captured in World War II and was sent by the British, and so he spent the rest of the war in England, and he actually lived with a family in England. They took him in. One of the generals took him in, and he actually drove the general's car around in England while he was a prisoner of war. And so he knows English quite well. I'm sure the kids know English too, because they got it in school, but it's be like us taking it in school. They never got to use it in an everyday language type thing. So, anyway, that would be my ultimate dream, to go meet my family in Germany. And that would be fun for me to do. And I don't even care if I see the countryside. I just want to meet my family. I never met my grandparents of my parents of my dad. Never got to meet them. One died in 1960, a year before I was born, and the other one died in 1970, and so I never got to meet them. And I only met my Uncle Walter, his wife, and his grandson. That's the only people I've met from Germany. So I would love for me to be able to go there and meet my family. But Facebook has been really good. I've gotten to know them since Facebook began. We correspond online, and we just kind of translate back and forth, and so I've gotten to know a couple of my cousins that way. So it'll be fun. One of them lives in Bavaria, so that would be really fun to go see her. And so that would be my dream vacation. I don't care about cruises. I don't care about the Caribbean. I don't care about beaches. I would just like to go meet my family. That would be my dream. So anyway, I don't know if that'll ever happen. I have to start saving money for it. So, okay, so this is going on. I wanted to say thank you to Lori for commenting on my videos. It's nice to know that somebody's listening, and being that we live in the same state, there's a possibility we could actually meet up one day, and that's kind of fun. And I'm hoping we can do that. But I don't know when that would happen. I'm so busy right now that it would have to be in the wintertime sometime, which is hard to get around in the wintertime. But thank you so much for listening to my rantings and my videos. It's nice to know that somebody's doing that. And I want to congratulate I just was watching her today. Caitlin. Caitlin's VSG journey. I want to congratulate you on your new video. And I was just appalled at what that doctor said. Oh my goodness, I can't believe that that's even a possibility. And especially since the situation is so different. That's just weird. So please, I wouldn't put up with that. But that's just me. I'm glad you took it the way you did. But man, that would really upset me. That, especially after all the work you've gone to lose weight and everything, and to be told that was awful. I just think that's terrible. And I'm sorry, Jan Silva from Looking on the Lighter Side of Life. Oh, I'm sorry you went through the dumping syndrome. Yep, I've been there. It's not fun. You learn your lessons, I guess. And I have had the same thing happen to me. I ate something really fast once, and I was in the bathroom just throwing it up in minutes. The nice thing about throwing it up, which was weird, was it wasn't like the old time when I used to throw up. Like, I really gagged. It didn't seem to bother me that much, and it didn't hurt that much. But still, I won't do that again. And so I guess we all have to go through it at least once, just to see what it is and what our body can handle. And so I'm sorry about that, especially on vacation. Oh, Greece, that'd be such a cool vacation. I just love it. I've always wanted to go to Greece, but I've never had a chance to. So I'm glad you got to go and you're enjoying yourself. That sounds like lots of fun. And Made Up Mama, I loved your last haul. Being a Seventh-day Adventist as I am, a lot of these foods that you're talking about and buying and stuff, I've known about my whole life. I remember growing up on Choplets, which was just a wheat gluten thing that looked like a hamburger, and my mom used to dip it in egg and then put cracker crumbs on it. Now it's not vegan, but it's vegetarian. And the ABC bookstore, if you go online, you can order any of those kind of foods from there, and some are canned, some are frozen. I really like the turkey loaf, or the dinner loaf they call it. That is really good. It's a frozen product, and it tastes just like a turkey loaf. It really does. It's I don't think it's completely vegan. I'm trying to think. But yeah, a lot of those food products I've known a lot about, and having them available in stores that are local, that's always been nice for me. We get all kinds of different meat substitutes in cans from Worthington and Cedar Lake and La Loma Foods. So check those out, and if you have any questions, just contact the ABC store online. And I'm not sure, I can't remember where you live, but I'm sure there's one local to you or nearby, and you may be able to, depending on where you live, you may be able to just go into the store somewhere. Our local store is closed. The closest one to me there would be the Minneapolis store. Oh, sorry. And so, but during camp meeting, they always bring all of their products up to a camp meeting, and so I'm able to buy stuff there. But they have all kinds of things like all the seasonings, all the vegetable protein, the dried ones, so you can make your own hamburgers. My mom we grew up on that stuff. We had a 50-pound bag of that stuff, and I'll never forget it. We used it for everything: spaghetti, chili. It's just like the grillers that they have in the stores now, but my uncle had given us like a 50-pound bag of it, so my mom used it in everything. And so I grew up with that kind of stuff, so it doesn't really bother me, but it's kind of fun to see somebody else discovering them. And then, of course, the new Gardein and the Morningstar farms or whatever. That stuff is, I mean, I've been using a lot of that stuff. But I know with the canned products, you should rinse them off because of the salt content. Salt can get pretty high in those canned ones, but I always rinse them off. Their Super Franks are unbelievable. Super Franks, and I think there's Big Franks. They all come in a can, and they're really good. And a really good recipe is those Super Franks, and you just crush them up or grind them up with a fork, and then add some pickle relish to it and some Miracle Whip or mayonnaise, whichever you prefer, and put them in as a sandwich spread. That is one of our favorite things for potluck, and so you might like that too, and it becomes like a sandwich spread. So check all those things out. Anyway, I got to get going. It's after 20 minutes already. I can't believe it took 20 minutes on this already. That goes really fast. But I'm doing really well, and I think my socks are even too small, so I didn't think my feet ever I had weight on them, but I guess they did. And so a couple of shoes I've had to throw away that I realized are way too big for me anymore, and it must have just been from the weight loss is what I'm thinking. So anyway, I'll let you guys go. Sorry this is so long. And keep up the good work, everybody. I can't wait to see everybody's videos. I miss those that aren't recording. I miss Jody. I miss Mini-Me. I miss a lot of. I miss Jane. Yeah, I miss Jane. So I'm looking forward to seeing some videos of you guys and see how you're doing. Um, Lauren just posted one recently, and I was glad to see her. And so get out there and give us some updates, ladies, so we know what's going on with you, because I'm 13 weeks out now, and my third month, I think it's 3 months, May, June, July, August, yeah, 3 months. So get some videos out there, and because we're still watching you, and we're still going on. So, all right, I'll talk to you later. Bye-bye.